What's up, Jays Nation? Look, I need you to pay attention right now because what's happening with this team is bigger than most people realize. The front office just made a statement that echoed across the entire league, and if you think they're done, you haven't been paying attention to how serious Toronto is about winning. This isn't about hope anymore. This isn't about potential. This is about action, and the Blue Jays are moving with purpose. Before we dive into what's really going on here, do me a favor and hit that like button. Drop a subscribe if you're not already a part of this community. We're building something special here, tracking every single move this organization makes. And I need you locked in with us because the next few weeks are going to be wild. All right, let's get into it. The moment Dylan Cease signed that 7-year, $210 million contract, everything changed. That wasn't just about adding an ace to the rotation. That was about sending a message to every free agent, every front office, and every fan base watching. Toronto is back in the conversation, and they're backing it up with real money. After years of watching stars walk away, after the frustration of missed opportunities, the Blue Jays finally stepped up and made the kind of splash that turns heads. Cease is elite. He's a strikeout machine with the kind of stuff that dominates in October, and that's exactly when you need him most. But here's what matters even more than the talent. It's the timing. Coming off a season where this team was 2 outs away from reaching the World Series, the front office knew they couldn't sit back and hope things would work out. They attacked the market immediately, locked down one of the best pitchers available, and set the tone for everything that's coming next. That's how you build momentum. That's how you show your roster and your fans that you're serious about finishing what you started. Now, everyone's talking about the outfield. That's where the real intrigue is right now. Kyle Tucker's name has been everywhere, and for good reason. The guy is a flat-out superstar. He does everything at an elite level. He hits for average, he hits for power, he plays gold glove defense, and he runs the bases like he's got something to prove every single time. Toronto's been linked to him hard. He even came through Dunedin for a facility tour, which tells you how real this connection is. But here's the thing. Just because Tucker is the biggest name doesn't mean he's the smartest move. And that's where Cody Bellinger enters the picture. Let's talk about what Bellinger just did. He posted his best season since winning the MVP back in 2019. We're talking about a guy who looked like he might never find that form again, who struggled through injuries and inconsistency, and then suddenly reminded everyone why he was once considered one of the best players in baseball. He played in 152 games last season and put up numbers that scream impact. His defense has been outstanding, and here's something that might surprise you. Recent metrics actually suggest Bellinger has been the better defender compared to Tucker. That's not a knock on Tucker at all. It's just a reminder that Bellinger brings elite value on both sides of the ball, and he's doing it right now when it matters most. The offensive production speaks for itself. Bellinger proved he can still be a middle-of-the-order threat who changes the way pitchers approach an entire lineup. He's got the power to punish mistakes, the contact ability to work counts, and the baseball IQ to make adjustments throughout a season. For a Blue Jays team that already has pieces in place, adding someone like Bellinger doesn't just fill a hole. It elevates the entire unit. You're talking about a player who can hit anywhere in the order, who can play multiple positions if needed, and who has proven he can perform under pressure in big markets. That's not easy to find, and it's exactly what Toronto needs if they want to get back to where they were last October. But there's another layer to this that nobody's talking about enough. If the Blue Jays sign Cody Bellinger, they're not just adding talent to their roster. They're taking a key piece away from their biggest rival, the New York Yankees. Think about what that means for a second. The American League East is brutal. Every single game matters. Every head-to-head matchup can swing a division race. And if Toronto can weaken the Yankees while strengthening themselves in one move, that's the kind of strategic thinking that wins championships. The Yankees have been one of the biggest obstacles standing between the Blue Jays and October every single year. Taking Bellinger out of their lineup and putting him in a Toronto uniform shifts the balance of power in this division. That's not just smart baseball. That's ruthless, calculated decision-making, and it's exactly what championship organizations do. Here's the reality. The Yankees aren't spending like they used to. They've been more conservative this offseason, and that creates an opening. If Toronto is aggressive right now, if they capitalize on this moment when their rival is hesitating, they can gain a real advantage heading into next season. This isn't about being petty. This is about recognizing an opportunity and taking it. The Blue Jays have already proven they can compete at the highest level. They went toe-to-toe with the best teams in baseball and came within 2 outs of advancing. Now it's about maintaining that edge, building on that success, and making sure they're even better when the games start to matter again. Signing Bellinger makes sense on every level. The production is there, the defense is there, the fit is perfect, and the impact goes beyond just what he does on the field. It affects the division race. It sends a message to the clubhouse, and it shows the rest of the league that Toronto isn't slowing down. They're doubling down. They're committed to winning now, and they're willing to make the moves necessary to get there. That's the kind of mentality that turns good teams into great ones. So where does this leave us? The offseason is just getting started, and Toronto has already made waves. Dylan Cease was the opening statement. Now the front office is working through the next phase, evaluating their options, figuring out how to maximize this roster without overpaying or making mistakes. Cody Bellinger represents a smart strategic addition that checks every box. If they can get this done, if they can bring him in and keep building around the core they already have, this team is going to be dangerous, really dangerous. Jays Nation, this is where we're at. The front office is active. The roster is getting stronger and the expectations are rising. This isn't about rebuilding or hoping things fall into place. This is about competing for a championship right now. Stay locked in with us because the next few weeks are going to bring more news, more rumors, and more moves that could shape this entire season. If you haven't already, hit that like button, drop a subscribe, and let's keep building this community together. We're tracking everything, breaking it all down, and making sure you don't miss a single update. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting Jays Nation. Let's go Blue Jays.